What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Let's Talk About It, the podcast where you submit your problems and we work through them together. I'm your host, Wellington, and today we have a situation that made me say, hold up, about 15 times while reading it. Vanessa, welcome to the show.
Hey, Wellington. Thanks for having me. I'm nervous, but I really need an outside perspective on this.
I got you. So, Vanessa, you're 29, you've been with your fiancé for 3 years, engaged for 6 months. Everything seems good on paper, right? But then something happened that's got you questioning everything. Why don't you tell everyone what's going on?
Okay, so my fiancé, we'll call him Marcus, he's always been sexually adventurous, like more adventurous than me. But I thought we had a good balance, you know? We'd try new things, keep it exciting, but within boundaries I was comfortable with.
Okay, so far so good. What changed?
2 weeks ago, we're having dinner at home, and he casually mentions that he signed us up for this exclusive event next month. I'm thinking maybe it's like a wine tasting or a concert or something. So I ask him what kind of event.
And what did he say?
He said, and I quote, "It's an upscale sex party, really exclusive, everyone gets tested beforehand, and I already paid the deposit for both of us."
I'm sorry, he what?
Yeah, just dropped it on me like he was telling me he made dinner reservations.
Okay, hold on. Let me make sure I'm understanding this correctly. Your fiancé signed you up for an orgy without asking you first.
Correct.
Vanessa, that alone is... We're going to come back to that, but you sent something in your submission that made this even worse. Tell me about the guest list.
So after I picked my jaw up off the floor, I asked him who else was going to be there, and he got kind of excited and said, "Oh, that's the cool part. Jake and Melissa are going, and probably David and his girlfriend, and maybe Kevin."
I'm sorry, what? His friends? Like, people you know?
Yes, people we hang out with regularly. Jake is his best friend since college. David is his coworker. These are people we have game nights with, Wellington.
So, let me get this straight. Not only did he sign you up for an orgy without asking you first, but the orgy includes his friend group. Like a whole social mixer except everyone's naked?
When you say it like that, it sounds even worse.
Vanessa, it is worse. How are you supposed to look at Jake at the next barbecue?
That's exactly what I said. I was like, "Marcus, you want me to have sex in front of your college roommate?"
What did he say to that?
He said I was being close-minded, that this is about sexual liberation and breaking down societal taboos. He told me that Jake and Melissa have been doing this for years and they're happier than ever.
Okay, there's a lot to unpack here. First question, had he ever mentioned wanting to do something like this before?
He's brought up threesomes a few times over the past year. I always said I wasn't interested, and he'd drop it. But apparently, he's been having conversations with his friends about this lifestyle, and they've been encouraging him to explore before we get married.
His friends have been encouraging him.
Yeah, apparently Jake and Melissa are like the poster couple for this scene. They've been telling Marcus how freeing it is and how it's strengthened their relationship.
And Marcus never thought to include you in any of these conversations.
Nope. He was having whole discussions about our sex life with his friends without ever talking to me about it.
All right, Vanessa. I'm going to ask you the question that I think is really at the heart of this. You asked in your submission, should I be angry? So let me ask you, are you angry?
Yes, I'm furious. But then he makes me feel like I'm being unreasonable, like I'm the one with the problem for not being open-minded enough.
Stop right there. Let me be very clear about something. You have every right to be angry. In fact, I'd be worried if you weren't angry.
Really?
Absolutely. Vanessa, let me break down why what he did is not okay, because I think you need to hear this.
Please, because I've been second-guessing myself for 2 weeks.
First, he made a decision about your body and your sexuality without your consent. He didn't ask if you'd be interested. He didn't have a conversation about boundaries. He just signed you up and told you after the fact. That's not being adventurous. That's being controlling.
Thank you. I needed to hear that.
Second, he involved his friends in discussions about your sex life without your knowledge or permission. Vanessa, your intimate life is private. The fact that Jake and Melissa know details about what Marcus wants to do sexually with you or with them, that's a violation of your privacy.
I didn't even think about it that way.
Third, and this is important, he's trying to manipulate you by calling you close-minded when you express your boundaries. That's gaslighting. You're not close-minded for not wanting to have sex with multiple people, especially not people you have to make small talk with at birthday parties.
God, when you lay it out like that, it sounds so much worse than I was letting myself believe.
Because it is that bad, Vanessa, and I think part of you knows that, which is why you reached out to me. Let me ask you something else. When you told him no, how did he react?
He was disappointed. He said I thought I was more evolved than this. He told me that everyone's doing it now, that monogamy is an outdated social construct, and that I was letting fear hold us back from an amazing experience.
Vanessa, listen to me very carefully. Everyone is not doing it, and even if they were, that doesn't mean you have to. This isn't about evolution or being progressive. This is about him wanting something you don't want and trying to pressure you into it.
But what if he's right? What if I am just scared and I'm missing out on something that could bring us closer?
Stop. You know what brings couples closer? Trust, communication, respect, not group sex with the friend group. And Vanessa, even if you were interested in exploring non-monogamy, which you're clearly not, the way he went about this is all wrong.
How should he have gone about it?
He should have started with a conversation. Hey, I've been thinking about our sex relationship and I'm curious about exploring some things. Can we talk about that? Not, I signed us up for an orgy with my boys. Hope you're cool with it.
When you put it like that.
And here's the thing that really bothers me about this situation. The fact that his friends are involved, that adds a whole other layer of pressure and weirdness.
What do you mean?
Think about it. If you go to this party and participate, you're now part of their friend group's sex life, forever. That's not something you can take back. Every time you see Jake and Melissa, you'll remember what happened. Every time Marcus hangs out with them without you, you'll wonder if they're talking about it or planning the next one.
Oh God, I didn't even think about future parties.
Exactly. And if you don't go, or if you go and don't participate, what happens then? Does Marcus resent you? Does his friends think you're uptight? Does it become this thing that hangs over your relationship?
You're right. Either way, I lose.
Not if you set boundaries right now. Which brings me to my next question. What do you want, Vanessa? Forget about Marcus for a second. Forget about his friends. What do you want your sex life and your relationship to look like?
I want to be with someone who's satisfied with me, just me. I want intimacy that's private, that's ours. I'm not opposed to trying new things within our relationship, but I don't want other people involved. I don't want to perform for an audience. And I definitely don't want to have sex with people I have to make small talk with at birthday parties.
That is completely valid and completely reasonable. And Vanessa, the fact that Marcus is making you feel bad for wanting those things is a red flag the size of a football field.
So what do I do? We're supposed to get married in 8 months.
We're going to talk about exactly what you need to do, but that is all the time we have. When we come back, I'm going to walk you through the conversation you need to have with Marcus and what you need to be watching for. All right, everyone, let me know what you think about the whole situation. Remember, your body, your choice. See you on the next episode.